Okay, thank the Lord. Finally live. I just switched browsers. Microsoft Edge is just, I don't know what's going on with it. I had to go to Firefox because it kept saying I had to update. Then every time I tried going live 5 times, it kept saying upcoming, but I'm finally here. Now I know I'm probably not going to get notifications sent out because that's how YouTube works. Whenever the dang live stream doesn't want to act right, that's when notifications get sent out. But then when I finally get it working, well, oh well. So if you chatted in the previous chat, that got deleted because I had to delete the live stream to start a new one. But here we are. Gosh. This episode, I did see some of your chats. Some people felt my score is too low, but I have a lot of reasons. Did you see the official trailer? Are you referring to the 15-second promo for next week? Yes, I have. Because I spent 20 minutes just now trying to get this dang thing working. Several people sent it to me. But I got to say up front, I'm not impressed. And look, you've seen the video, me addressing, I know the lighting might be a bit off. It's probably because I'm on a different browser. My camera is completely cleaned off and everything. So if you can see and hear me, then we're work. Hey, you know what though? I bet the sound quality of my live stream is a lot better than the sound quality of tonight's episode. I don't know what was going on, but the background music and especially the background noise during various scenes, it was way overpowering. Now, I decided, because a couple people, we did talk about it, and they said, like, Jeremy, I think you ought to not let the background music and noise being incredibly loud dictate your score. And to be fair, that is true. That's a post-production problem, not a problem with the writing. But somebody said the music was too loud. I couldn't even hear the dialogue. And exactly, it was horrible. That made the episode worse. I had to use closed captioning because it was just so loud. Your video looks clear to me. Okay. The camera quality is pristine to a T. I did use a new special kind of glass cleaning wipe. That could be the reason why maybe it's just it is the browser, because to me the camera doesn't look great, but to you it looks great. That's fine by me. All right. Now, I've addressed the people who say I'm way too negative and stuff like that, but I'm glad the majority of you so far are agreeing with my score. This episode was a mess. Now, like I said, if you're a person that feels like I'm way too negative and whatnot, I want you to let me know in the chat what you like. I can tell you a couple things I did like. Karen getting on that. She getting on her business. She getting about that money. No issue with that. Karen, love that scene. Not really a fan of the whole Roots to Riches lube thing. That's a bit too much for me. Well, whatever. Hayden, I loved him at the end. That was pretty good. I like the fact that he stood his ground and let Gary know what's up from the jump. I did like that aspect of it. I thought that was pretty cool. And that was pretty much it. Oh, yeah, I did like Penelope telling Andy off, even though I wish she would stop blaming Andy for everything. And I laughed so hard when Danny threw that. She chucked that bear and broke that lamp. But other than that, I did not like the episode. And like I said, I'm not purposefully looking at things to hate, but I know it's called Sistas, but the men, they have just chopped their assets off. Miss BG, I was literally about to get on that. Folks, I feel like I have absolutely nothing to say that I have not said before pertaining to the Danny, Tony, and the airline situation. I'm not going to waste my breath. I'm not going to waste your time. But her getting $75,000 is preposterous. I don't have it in me to rant. I don't care to rant. I think any frustration I had with the episode was transferred over to my frustration with my computer for the past 20 minutes trying to get this live stream running. So if you've come here to hear me rant, I don't have it in me right now. I'm sorry, but I do not care. I think it is dumb. And then for Tony, I'm not going to lie. I feel like yet again, we are seeing Dani showing Tony way more grace than she ever showed Preston. Follow me on this. How many times did she send like mixed signals in regards to Preston, you're doing too much. You're coming over too much unannounced. You're blowing up my phone. You need to dial it back some. And then when he does what Dani requests, well, why are you backing up so far? Why are you not coming back over anymore? Think about Tony rushing over to Dani's unannounced. Yes, she did address it, but I'm not the first one to point this out. People have said plenty of times that Dani has given Tony way more grace than she ever did Preston. But when this fool pulled out a ring, I was laughing like Dani because I have no idea why he did that. And don't worry, I'm looking at y'all's chats right now. I'm going to address as many as I can. And I'll get to the Calvin thing because I remember when Aaron was pretty much it was Aaron and then Calvin were like the primary simps of the series. But this episode just removed the balls from all the men. It just felt like all of them were apologizing for things they had no business apologizing for. No, Rebecca, look, I feel you. I'm glad everybody's enjoying the show. I think I'm on an island because I'm done. I'm with you, Jeremy. I'm not going to rant or complain. I'm just here. Yeah, there's only one episode left, and then I'm done. Like, I'm going to fade out, and I am going to enjoy this hiatus in peace. Even if the channel does take a bit of a hit in terms of views and ad revenue, thankfully, Pokemon cards are still blowing up the market right now, and I got totes full of cards to sell. So during the hiatus, I'm going to be getting my bag on eBay. So, because I'm just over it. Sisters, look, to the cast, do y'all thing. Anthony, Calvin, you came back. I hope you got a nice check for that. But why? Why did Calvin come back? And then next week, freaking Rich is going to, I don't know. I promise you, I'm not going to rant. I don't know what these writers are thinking. I just feel like they're making a Hail Mary attempt to throw. Okay, so Andy is going to get abducted next week. See, here's why I don't care for that. Tyler did the same thing with Dani in the season 6 finale when she got grabbed in the parking lot. Then, of course, the new writers came in, 3-month time skip, and they made it a dream. Fatima brings up, you got a bigger target on your back, right? Why does Andy have a bigger target on her back? Why? And then, honestly, I'm not worried as much as I was because in the promo, we saw Robin at the airport. So Andy is MIA for dang near the whole episode. But as soon as this fool said, hey, I'm going to go to the last flight to the UK, so I'll be at my hotel so you can come by and let me know what your decision is. Robin, have you not learned anything? Have you not seen the record of Gary and Jordan? Basically, have you not been paying attention to the track record? It's like Penelope said, and even Hudson said it earlier in the season. Every man who is unfortunate enough to fall in love with Andy gets their entire lives destroyed. Not to mention Robin almost got his destroyed in season 5 because Gary, out of jealousy of Robin, tried to get him kicked out of his own company. So this whole lovey-dovey thing makes no sense to me whatsoever. And then Fatima, specifically Zach, acting the way they were towards Robin. I'm like, why are the men neutered for the sake of these women? This makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know. You know what? Let me take a pause on my comments. Let me address some of the comments here. Sabrina should have left Calvin right outside. Yeah, it's like, why would you let him in? There was no reason for that. Don't just pull up and knock like we cool. Yeah, Danny should not have let Tony in. Sabrina should not have let Calvin in. And well, I don't know what's going on with Andy next week. Gary just fired Hudson. Yeah, no wonder Hudson going to get that gun. He's unhinged. I mean, first his partner in crime, Marie, left him out to dry. And now his boss and former partner in crime that he screwed over has fired him. So Hudson has nothing to lose. Well, Hudson has nothing to lose here, because keep in mind the feds are up with. It kind of doesn't make sense though, because theoretically speaking, well, then again, Gary still doesn't have. I'm still tripping on this man. It's been over a month and he still doesn't have his memories back. Bro, you can see this season is breaking me. See, at least with Zatima season 3, I had a problem with the entire season, but it did have some redeeming qualities. This season of Sistas just makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. Oh, yeah. Remember what I said last week about the show making a 1-month time jump, but a lot of dialogue and plot points were still unresolved? So when characters address certain things, it's like, wait a minute, a month has passed. Why hasn't this been sorted out? Why hasn't this been sorted out? Sorry, I need a drink of water. Yes, I've been drinking more water. Ah. Okay. Jordan has been locked up for a month. You mean to tell me Penelope is just now running to Robin for help? Can somebody explain that? It's been a full month. You and Robin were kind of getting cozy there a month ago, and he's not the first person you go to. I did see him with a gun next week pointing at Gary. Hudson did tell him he's going to regret it. Yeah. Hudson's going to come back unhinged. So how will Gary know what to do on the job if he doesn't have his memory back? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain this episode. Beauty and Black drops tomorrow. I know Beauty and Black comes back tomorrow. You probably won't hear from me on that until next week. Yes, I know it's a good way to get views, but I just mentally need a break. I do. Why is Karen still pregnant after a month? It's probably because she doesn't really care about her brother Jordan. That's what I'm saying here. It's like, so it turns out Andy went down to the court. I mean, the courthouse, the jailhouse, the police station, or whatever. She went down there to see him. Jordan didn't want to see Andy. Andy sent several legal criminal attorneys. Jordan didn't want to see them. So even though I'm not rocking with Andy this season, even I'm sitting here like, yeah, Penelope, why are you blaming Andy for Jordan's choices? Hello, the light comes on. It's Hudson. Skullduggery, yes. Yo, they need to pay me $75,000 for pain and suffering for talking about this season. All season. 21 episodes. Karen's water's going to break next week. Yeah, Robin, this makes no sense. Okay. So, let me just backtrack. Let me try to start at the beginning here. So, yeah, I didn't care about the dang the lawsuit thing. I was rocking with the what's her name, Dee Dee. It's like, wait, so Ms. Barnes, there's no way you're trying to spin this coffee assault into some sort of like sexist, misogynist case. And it's like, we'll lift it with we'll lift her suspension, we'll give her back pay, and she gets $75,000. Whatever. And then Tony and Danny chat. See, no, they shouldn't have chatted at all. It's like, look, you're coming back. Why are these bros so in love with these women after 4 months? No, see, Wiggins, you saying I'm tripping. You saying I'm negative. You think I'm looking for things to be mad about. But no, I'm confused. I can't explain this. More like they pay you $1 million. Wouldn't that be nice? But no, she gets $75,000. She gets her job back, and then she gets this man groveling to her, saying, Danny, you were right. I didn't accept you for who you were. But a lot of people have been saying Danny doesn't know what to do with a man who is literally just trying to help her. Tony, go back to your ex-wife. Like, we still don't know the exact reason why y'all got a divorce. Just go back to your ex-wife. There's literally no reason for you to propose to this woman. There's literally no reason for you to propose. Yeah, in terms of Calvin showing up, that made no sense. I'm still tripping on Sabrina feeling like her and Rich have anything to work out. I'm with Maurice on this one. Child, it's been a month. Let it go. And then Calvin saying, okay, so what is, okay. He had some loose ends to tie up, like, storage unit and whatnot. He relocated to LA with some white chick named Trixie. And the fact that he's like, at first Sabrina was giving him attitude, but then, oh, well, Maurice said it'd be hard for you to say goodbye. But then he said, no, that's just the reason I didn't want to say goodbye to you or whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, Trixie treated me like a fetish and you treated me like a person, like a partner. Writers, let me tell you something. Calvin and Sabrina were never together. I don't know why they keep pulling these. They're making these ass pulls. Oh, Robin loves Andy. Oh, Calvin and Sabrina's ex. No, they are not. And matter of fact, I think they were calling Robin Andy's ex this season as well. They were never together. They had a threesome and had sex a couple of times, and that's it. But then he's like, well, I check your social media. So how are you and Rich doing? It's like, bro, don't worry about it. So then we got this fool Rich coming into the apartment next week. And then he's going to see Calvin. And then he's going to throw another hissy fit. Oh, wait, I am ranting. Sorry. I couldn't. At least I made it 16 minutes, though. And folks, you know what's even dumber? They tried to clickbait us with that sneak peek. And I told you in my video, I said, this is the cliffhanger ending. They're going to make it seem like Hayden was the one that stabbed Gary, but I know he didn't do it. So you're telling me we're going into episode 22 and we probably still won't find out who stabbed Gary. You know what? I don't care that Hudson has a gun pointed at him. You know why? We don't know who stabbed Gary in the season 7 finale, and we don't even know who, stuck his IV. Could we find out next week? Possibly. Was this a storyline that needed to be stretched out for 22 episodes? Hell no. Yeah, thank you. Now Rich is saying next week he still loves her and they're still together. Why? Seriously, why? Like I said, I did love the salon scenes. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that the background noise was just so loud, but what can you do? So pretty much he puts everybody on point. Pam, social media full time. Aaron, make sure everybody gets their orders on time. Mom, help run the salon. Employees, whole promotion parties. This is the Karen I've been wanting to see for seasons. A Karen who is showing why she is a successful business owner. I like that. One of the highlights of the episode. So Fatima says that Zach investing in Roots to Riches wouldn't be good because of I'm going to be honest here. I think that she doesn't want Zach to do, and this is my interpretation. Let me know if I'm wrong here, but it almost seemed like Fatima didn't want Zach to be tangled up in Karen's business because her and Karen aren't on good terms still. They're kind of just coexisting, so to speak. I don't know. I just whatever. And I was about to say that's another thing that pissed me off. He tries to ask Fatima about Jordan and the Penelope thing and Robin and Gary, but then Fatima doesn't want to tell him anything because he did see Penelope outside. And I love how Zach stopped Fatima from going up there to save Andy. No. Andy's grown. Let her fight her own battles. I did enjoy seeing that. But then why did he act like an asshole to Robin? And then on top of that, why didn't Zach tell Fatima who he thought stabbed Gary? Wait, they still got the suspect board? Did I miss something? I don't know. Maybe. Why is it still up? Zach started taking it down last week. This makes no sense. Thank you. Sabrina acting mad like he did her wrong. Y'all were never together and he didn't want him. You have been dating Rich for 3 months. And then he had every right to leave. He had no obligation to say goodbye. Like Sabrina. Sabrina would have treated Calvin the same way Andy treated Robin. It's like you're interested in a whole nother dude, and then the guy you've benched or been cold to for so long is telling you he's leaving, and then all of a sudden you want to start feeling something. Because when Andy sorry, I'm just checking my notes. Oh yeah, so Andy sees Robin packing up and he's leaving tonight. I loved when this heifer started feeling on Robin. I love the moment Penelope showed up. I know people like Jordan and Penelope need to go. I'm glad that Penelope did the female version of a cock block there. Even though, like I said, it makes 0 sense for her to try to help Jordan a month later. And I like how Robin said, look, I'll go down there and see, but I can't promise. Like, all I can promise is that I'll go and try, but I can't because I've helped Andy, I've helped you. So yeah. So then she hugs Jordan. I mean, she hugs Robin. Why is Andy acting so butthurt over this? You had a month. Well, you had over a month to show this man some decent some decent courtesy and respect. Yet you've treated him like a doormat. And now that he's about to leave, now Michael Jackson, now you want to be starting something. Beat it. So then she has the nerve to come up and say, wait, why do you guys think Aaron? I don't think Aaron did it. Remember, Gary said it was a woman. So look, I agree with you about Karen. I've always liked her independent entrepreneurial character. Yeah. So then Andy rushes after Penelope. And yes, I was wrong. I thought it was Jasmine that Andy saw around the corner, but no, she was snooping and saw Penelope hugging Robin. Whatever. I was wrong. I mean, it was just a theory, though. It is what it is. But I love Penelope she gave 0 F's about Andy because it's like, what do you want? Well, I'd like to ask you to show me some respect in my place of business. Whoop-de-doo, you made partner. And I'm thinking to myself, Andy, you trying to demand respect from Penelope in your place of business because your partner is laughable considering you and Fatima have shown 0 respect to Robin in the business that he owns and you work under him. So for the nerve of you to act like Penelope ought to show you any sort of respect, completely laughable. So I also thought it was a bad move on her part to try to flaunt her new position, considering the fact that Jordan, his entire career is in shambles because of his connection to Andy and the stabbing. So Penelope makes sense to be the last person to care. I completely agree with her for saying what Hudson did about Andy, being a cancer to any man who's loved her. But yeah, I didn't agree with her blaming Andy about Jordan's actions. He made his choice. So, I mean, honestly, when she asked about Jordan, I'm like, don't. I feel like Andy just does stuff to start stuff. Like when they were at the restaurant, she had no reason to go up to Penelope and Robin. She had no reason to do it. She just wanted to start some stuff. Oh yeah, so then her and Robin talk, and he overheard the commotion between her and Penelope up front. And I did mention before how she tried to get legal help for Jordan, but he refused, just like Penelope did earlier in the season. And this fool, why these men just like, I want you, Robin, get the hell out of here. Now he's talking about how, well, instead of the UK, I could stay here and try to become a judge. Bro, if you stay, remember that special Cat Williams did years ago, the poor little Tink Tink, and he talked about how he got his first motorcycle and it had just rained and he didn't know not to ride on the yellow line because he'd fall. And it's like, Negro, if you ride, you're going to fall. That's Robin. If you ride Andy, you're going to fall. If he sticks around in ATL and he tries to be a judge and he's still messing around with Andy, it's all going to crump. He is going to lose everything. But you can't tell these Negroes anything. So go ahead, El DeBarge, stay with Andy if you want to. Technically, the trailer shows us that Penelope kissed him. And watch some bull crap like Fatima catch him doing it, and then she runs and tells Andy or something. Oh yeah, but they can't find Andy. I don't have much to say about Rich and Jordan. Maybe he'll off himself, maybe he won't. And yeah, that's the episode. That's pretty much it. El DeBarge. I like Robin. But bro, he acting stupid. It was Jordan suggested that they join them, not Andy, so only agreeing to it. Should we go say hello? I could have sworn it was Andy. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't care. But then again, I don't think Fatima can tell Andy because Andy's going to be abducted. So the whole thing is like her, Zach, and everybody trying to figure out what's going on. Somebody is in the... Hang on, let me... Oh, I got the trailer. Maybe I can freeze frame it and see who did it. I'm not used to getting the trailer this early. Sorry, I'm trying to pull the trailer back up. Rich and Jordan can Tony all go. Yep. Okay. Nope. I'm looking at the trailer now. Robin and Penelope are at the police station. Penelope comes on to him. And you're right. Zach and Fatima are looking at the murder board. Somebody is in the back of Andy's car. They're wearing a mask. Yo, that's a female. I think. I can't tell if they're wearing something on their head. I can't tell if they have long hair or if this is just a mask. Yo, I think this. I think it's a woman. Hang on. Yo, I think this is a woman. My Jasmine senses are tingling.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yo, I think that's a woman. I think it's a woman. I bet it was Penelope. Penelope would make sense if Robin fails to get Jordan out, and then if not, I hope it's Jasmine. I think it's a woman. Sabrina Novi was the one that mentioned Jasmine in that one interview a couple weeks ago. What was it? SCAD TV Fest. Novi said Jasmine, but the thing is, I don't know if Novi saw the script because Mignon said, yeah, typically we don't like to look at other people's parts. That way we can go into the season as blind as the fans outside of the parts we play in the season. However, Mignon did say that she made KJ tell her who did the stabbing. But Novi, I don't know. But I do find it interesting she would say Jasmine. So it could be her. I know it's wishful thinking. I know y'all are sick to death of Jeremy. You've been saying Jasmine all season. Let it go. At this point, I almost feel like I should. We got one episode left. Let's just get past it. But then again, the person would have to know what Andy drives, but whatever. So yeah, it just feels so weird that Fatima would mention, oh, you need to watch your back. Now that you're partner, you're going to have more enemies. Andy doesn't deserve to be kidnapped. I feel bad for her. Meh. I'm not saying this because I dislike Andy this season. It feels like a Hail Mary attempt to add extra stakes. Gary did say he would. Well, then again, Gary, he said he's trying to get Andy back, but this doesn't make sense. Rebecca, that's the thing. I'm not even putting all my chips in the basket in terms of us finding out. I don't know, and I don't care. This is just, I don't know. I'm still tripping on Tony trying to propose. Like, bro, the fact that you wanted to chat with her is one thing, but the fact that you wanted to propose is not. Maybe it's Hudson. It very well could be. Was Hudson in the back seat? I don't know. Of course, I will do a video. My guess is Hudson, Penelope, or Jasmine. I don't think there's anybody feasible that could have been doing it aside from them. The person who did it seems to have a small frame. Keep in mind, I've only saw their arm and their head, which appears to be covered. This is why you always check your vehicle before you get in, especially at night. Hopefully Karen goes in labor. I don't even care if she goes into labor. I don't care. I don't just season finale will tell it all. I am not holding my breath. Folks, Lord willing, we're going to be sitting here next week. Yeah. Look at the wrist up close to the person behind her. It looks like a light-skinned person. Yes, I did notice that. Which is kind of funny because the person who put the drugs in Gary's IV, they had a Caucasian complexion. I don't think it's Hudson, though. I think Hudson is preoccupied with going after Gary. At this point, Karen is carrying mummies. Miss Willis probably tried to unalive Gary. Where y'all seen the trailer? Zach X Fatima 24 posted it on Instagram. Yeah, that's a light-skinned person. But then again, you have to keep in mind, there are stunt doubles. And sometimes the stunt doubles do not look anything like the real person. Like, remember when Jean had a body double in season 2 when it was supposed to be her corpse? And it's like, that chick looks nothing like Jean. Not even the right complexion. That's a light-skinned girl. Hudson and Penelope could be the suspects. Yeah. Those are my guesses. But I'm thinking it has to be a woman. Because I think Hudson is just going to pop up at the law firm. I'm sorry, at Gary's company. In Gary's office. Andy's untouchable, so I can't wait to see who saves her, though. You know what's funny? Zatima season 3 ended with the, oh my God, did Fatima get shot? Now Sistas season 8 is going to end with the, oh my God, did Andy get abducted? Man. I don't know how I made it this far in the season. I swear I don't know how I made it this far. But we can stop talking about Sisters. Beyond the Gates, I love that show. It's a great show. I don't know if you've been watching it. I highly recommend it if you haven't. Check out my playlist. I've reviewed every episode. I've been doing my was kind of meh compared to every other episode, but I still gave it a 7. And that's crazy to think about that so far this season has been solid, but Sisters has been a hot mess. It really has. Yeah, I just saw that Beyond the Gates has hit a record. It's the number one in its time slot. Didn't it like beat out General Hospital or something? And not only is it number one in its time slot for the first time in 3 years, but the fact that Beyond the Gates is doing so well, it's also increased the ratings of the other two soap operas in that time block. So that's cool. I think I saw the synopsis. I'm pretty sure I did a video on it, but I can't remember. For the Oval, I'll listen to your commentary before I start watching to see if it's worth it. Season 9. Season 9 can kick rocks. I don't want it anytime. Season 9 can wait until October for all I care. Yeah, beat General Hospital. Yeah, Beyond the Gates is awesome. It really is. I love it. I mean, we've gotten less than 10 episodes, yet I'm already more invested in that show than Sistas in the past few seasons. It could be anybody at this point. I'm enjoying Beyond the Gates. Hayden turned into a different person. Yeah, he really did. He really did. I was impressed. I guess after getting pistol whipped, he decided to man up. Let me check the trailer one more time. Yeah, Rich comes over. Hudson's randomly there. Yeah, he pretty much said, "Don't be messing with my woman." Yeah, that was a good thing to point out when Hayden pushed into the wound. Oh man. Why do you think Rich is going to jail? Oh, you mean the Oval, the Oval, the Oval. Yeah. I thought you meant Richard as in Rich from Sistas. It might be Penelope. I only man up, get some icy hot. Yeah. Hated admit he had. Yeah, so apparently he said he grabbed a kitchen knife. I think he meant he grabbed a kitchen knife from the venue, not his home. But he dropped the knife and then somebody else did it. But that kind of doesn't make sense because if Hayden was the one who brought the knife, his fingerprints would be on the knife. And the other person who picked up the knife and stabbed him would also have their fingerprints on the. Wait, did they ever run for forensics on the knife? Because if the person who stabbed Gary had gloves on, Hayden's fingerprints would be on the knife. And then he would have gotten arrested. And yeah, and that's why we know why Hayden was running. Do you see what I mean? That if you put 5 seconds of thought into this show this season, it makes zero sense. I like the Oval, but the women, the women on the Oval are just exhausting. Lily being drunk, Priscilla's vindictiveness, Nancy losing her mind, Simone constantly lying, Victoria being Veronica Harrington so bad, or at least trying to be. Hayden probably had gloves on. The police could find clues, but we're similar to the whole coffee thing where I'm like, wait, the airport should have security footage of the coffee incident. Shouldn't the wedding venue have cameras? I don't know. This season has been a hot mess. Oh yeah, Jamie Giddens, who's the head writer of Sistas this season, he's going to be writing on Beyond the Gates because he's leaving Days of Our Lives to go write on that show. Look, I hope he does way better on Beyond the Gates than he has with Sisters, because this show is just, man. No, but the way Hayden was talking is almost like he knows who did it, or he had someone do it. It's like this is as bad as last week when Zach was like, oh, and then we don't find out who he thought did it. I am just exhausted. I don't give a crap. I want Hudson to shoot Gary, and if we never found out who stabbed him, I don't care. Oh yeah, so Watt and Detective Morgan are putting everything on Jordan. Oh yeah, so I just opened Twitter, and the first thing I see in the explore page is sound issues spark viewer outrage on this. Hey, I'm not outraged. I was annoyed, but I'm not outraged. Too much loose ends. Finale next week. Good. Danny did not deserve all that money for unprofessional behavior. That's what's, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I'm not going to rant. I don't care. It's just that we are constantly seeing these women rewarded for their unprofessional and selfish behavior. Danny slaps the owner of the law firm, and she's made managing partner. Danny assaults a coworker, and she's awarded back pay and $75,000 and her job back. Man, Priscilla and Sam need to get a divorce just like Richard and Nancy. Wait. I don't think Danny actually accepted the proposal. It's kind of more of a, we got to see where this goes, because sex isn't like a healthy way to start a relationship again. Yeah, it's like, that's how I know you're my friend. Too soon, man. Too soon. I ain't gonna hold you. I was kind of nervous for Hayden because he had his back turned and was making all these demands and threats. I thought Gary was going to reach into that drawer and pull his gun out, because the music, for as loud as it was suspenseful. Hayden was being way too cocky, so I thought he was going to put a cap in the back of his head. That proposal was as random as when Preston did it. Heck, with all the random cameos and crap, I was ready for Preston to just pop up when Tony was on one knee. I literally was. Andy did admit Jordan did not want to see. Yeah. She said that she didn't want to see. Jordan didn't want to see Andy. Jordan didn't want to see any of the legal counsel that Andy sent. So whatever happens to him, happens to him. He made his choice. Heck, even Rich told Jordan, hey, stop that. The Gary and Andy thing. And I'm thinking, yeah, because you made the dumb decision to go down there and try to strangle him. That was on you. We probably need a Danny or leadership position. I see well since they didn't accept the promotion. Wait, what? We'll probably need a Danny leadership position. I see well since they didn't accept the promotion. Or is it? Are you talking about the leadership program? I'm curious what Danny's going to do with the money. It's crazy. Everyone is going up to Zach, and Fatima is going down. Very interesting. I don't know. Thankful for Calvin is back. Unless they both had gloves on. Yeah, I guess so. But the leadership program. But thankfully, next week, this is all going to be over. Thankfully, this will all be over, and I ain't got to talk about Sisters for a long time. Yeah, Jordan did it to himself, just like when Penelope went to confront Gary. I'm tired of Penelope. Yep. I love her, but dang, it's like, girl, just come on now. Stop. Stop. But yeah, wait, somebody says Andy's kiss and mystery in season 8. Oh. I hope she gets a new bed. Everybody cheering. Andy, you better tell that man to stay. Okay, this is actually funny. Somebody said next season going to be Finding Andy. That, Lord, I will laugh so bad. It didn't make any sense for Calvin to be back. Nope. I thought it was me. I kept turning my TV volume up. Yeah, the music was just way too messed up. Andy ain't going to die. I don't know who's choking Andy in the car. Or what's that thing where people, what's it called? Chloroform, where they take like a handkerchief or something and put it over a person's face and knocks them out. Gary's mind is back. So can we agree that Gary isn't faking his amnesia? Can we agree on that? Because at this point, I don't really see any reason for him to keep up the facade. I'm just more concerned about the FBI investigation. So this man is up on his feet. Yet it's like season 7 started with the investigation on his, illegal activity. And then this entire season, the feds have been concerned about who stabbed him. Even though Hudson did mention the FBI being on his behind, but Gary's getting, well, to be fair, if I'm on to talk about the women getting off scot-free and getting rewarded for stuff, technically Gary's getting the same treatment. He's cheated death multiple times this season. The feds are more concerned about who tried to stab him than trying to arrest him. So I guess Gary has more plot armor than the women. Yeah, what was taken? Exactly. I guess maybe time when you think about it. Where's Ethan? I have no idea. Tony's proposal was whack. That proposal made 0 sense. It made 0 sense, people. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not pissed off. I'm not outraged. I'm not annoyed. I'm just done. I feel like that is the best way to clear up my feelings on this season. They fumbled the story with the bus dudes. This should have been a. You know what's funny though? How it all started with them riding a bus, but all these men are on the verge of riding the bus again. Jordan got on the prison bus. Well, if he goes down, he's going to be on that prison bus. Tony is so lucky he didn't get fired or anything because I thought that's what they were going to do. Then he'd be riding the bus. And Rich is okay because his business isn't in trouble, even though this fool's running after Sabrina like a dumbass. I don't know. It was uncalled. See, that's what I'm saying. You can tell these writers are just doing anything to get people talking. Well, Gary phrased it in a way of getting Andy back, as in getting her back romantically. Because in the trailer, it was fixed to say revenge on everybody, including Andy. But now it's like he's trying to get Andy back. Y'all got anything else? I think I'm about done. I got nothing. Like I said, Beyond the Gates, that's where it's at. I just hope that as the show continues and as I do reviews, my numbers keep going up, because that's where my attention is right now. I have no clue about Zatima. Oh yeah, did anybody go to Crystal's live show? Apparently that live show was where it was at. I mean, the cast of the show came up. I saw on Twitter people had a good time. Some people are complaining, but whatever. But yeah, I saw a bunch of pictures and all. Apparently a time was had. I can't hear shit. Gary not stopping until he gets what he wants. Yep, that's Gary in a nutshell. Better hope Calvin does not get into Rich. Oh yeah, you know how Calvin loves to fight when he feels disrespected. Well, to be honest, Rich is kind of a hothead just like Calvin, so hopefully he doesn't start. You know what? I bet these writers are going to make Rich punch Calvin and make him twirl just to try to go viral. Is Gary going to pay Eric a student loan? I don't know. He can if he gets shot. Can you imagine Gary getting shot and then he's right? Imagine Gary getting shot and then he's right back in the hospital season 9. That's wild. Can you show the promo? I can't show it. He doesn't want and he doesn't want the allegations. Calvin should not be getting mad at nobody. Him and Sabrina are never. These writers don't know what they're doing. They keep acting like these old characters were exes when they were not. Yeah, Rich and Calvin are hotheads. Yeah, so yet again, I feel like Calvin and Sabrina are just gonna then again, Sabrina's probably going to explain what her and Rich have going on. Rich is going to come in, assume the worst as always, and whatever. Scary Gary. They both built the same, except Rich doesn't wear women's clothing. Yep. Who kidnapped Andy? I don't know. I don't care. I just want this crap to be over with. All right. Well, we can wrap things up here. I don't really have anything else to say. You know the drill. Tomorrow I'll hopefully we get the 30-second promo. If not, I'll just wait until the weekend to do a trailer breakdown, because I noticed that the trailer breakdown I rushed out last week didn't do well. But the week before, when I waited until Sunday to post it, that video got over 20,000 hits. But yeah. Hey, yeah, thanks for being patient. Like, I had no idea the tech issues would happen again, but I know next week When I go live, use Firefox. Don't mess around with Microsoft Edge. Calvin's twirl was funny. So, yeah. Okay, well, hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Please watch my Beyond the Gates content. If you like that show, you will like my content. If you're one of the people like, oh, your negative attitude, Beyond the Gates, that's the old me. That's the me that's like, I'm watching a show I enjoy, and I love talking about it. So if you want the more positive Jeremy, if you want me talking about a show in a good way, watch that content. Because it's crazy how you can watch any of my Beyond the Gate episode reviews and compare it with my Sistas content and Zatima content. It's night and day. So we just got to make it one more week. So hang in there. If you made it this far into the season, you are a trooper, and we all deserve settlements just like Danny got. Calvin could have stayed gone. Yep. I just feel like he showed up just to cause more friction. Sisters will be back for part 2 later this year. Well, technically, it's not part 2, it's season 9. Yeah. All right. Well, hang on. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Beauty in Black is going to be on the back burner for me. I'm Tyler Perry'd out. I just need to get up out of here. Just got to sit through this one episode. At least Yoba only has 2 more, but it's a good show so far. Also, yeah, it's been a month, and I think I've made a post about this. So it's been a month, yet Karen and Aaron are still nothing. I'm surprised by that. Whatever. Okay. Well, hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. And I have more content dropping. What's tomorrow? Thursday, right? Okay, yeah, Thursday. Yeah, I did talk about Beyond the Gates beating General Hospital. And I did a video about it too. I got like 8 videos recorded I need to post. So expect content to be spread out between Thursday and Friday this weekend. Hey, next week, and I mean it for real. Like my office is going to be clean. Like I am my closet. If you follow me on social media, I did post about it. I do have my closet over here cleaned, and I'm going to organize the rest of this stuff. So before the Sisters finale, all this is going to be good. So look forward to that. All right. Well, hey, again, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night, and I'll catch you later.